Tonight, every vote counts. Updates in the Florida recount. The pressures to meet today's deadline left at least one county falling short. We're live with the latest on the race for 2 key seats in the midterm election. And head injuries in sports are on the rise, but a new invention may save athletes from life-altering trauma.
We've found that eye tracking technology is something that can give you very specific results without false positives or false negatives.
We'll tell you about the new technology that is changing the game. Plus, a cutie named Sushi.
People who I don't even know will come up to me and be like, "Is that Sushi from Instagram?"
We'll introduce you to one dog who has gone viral for his adorable looks, but he is so much more than just an adorable companion. NewsVision starts right now.
We begin with breaking news tonight in the race for Florida governor and Florida senator.
The deadline for a machine recount of votes has passed, but one county here in South Florida did not finish counting votes in time. And tonight we've learned 2 races are heading for a manual recount.
Good evening and welcome to NewsVision. I'm Isaiah Kim Martinez.
And I'm Portia Badish. Thank you for joining us.
UMTV reporter Brianna Ross has been following the details of the recounts across South Florida. And she joins us live from the Miami-Dade County Election Headquarters in Doral. Brianna, which county missed the deadline?
Well, guys, it was Palm Beach County that was not able to finish recounting their votes in time. Officials of the county warned that they would need an extension before today's 3 p.m. deadline. But here at Miami-Dade County's election headquarters, they finished recounting their votes on Tuesday night. In Broward County, they finished last night. But as I said before, that was not the case here in Palm Beach County. All eyes on Florida as the election recount wrapped up this afternoon. Each of the state's 67 counties raced to meet the 3 p.m. Thursday deadline, processing more than 8 million votes. And not without roadblocks. Technical problems in Palm Beach County where officials hinted they might miss the deadline.
The likelihood is slim.
After old machines overheated, causing more than 170,000 votes to be recounted again. The recount was triggered last Saturday when both the U.S. Senate race between Republican Governor Rick Scott and Democratic incumbent Senator Bill Nelson and the state's contentious gubernatorial race were within a 0.5% margin. The smallest lead in the Senate race, Scott leading Nelson by roughly 12,000 votes. Wednesday, the Senate battle moving from the court of public opinion to the court of law in a litany of lawsuits, many brought on by Democrats hoping to find more votes.
Bill Nelson is strong as could be. He believes, I believe, he's won a majority of the votes. And as long as they're counted, he will continue being senator from Florida.
But Governor Scott is claiming victory and forging ahead.
Good morning, everyone.
Spending Wednesday on Capitol Hill as senator-elect and appearing alongside Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. The missed deadline means that Palm Beach County will keep the original numbers that they reported to the state. The state has also mandated manual recounts in the race for Senate and the Agriculture Commissioner. Now, all of the results from the recounts must be to Tallahassee by Saturday. So this means that it is likely that we will know who our Florida leaders are by next week. For UMTV, I'm Brianna Ross. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Brianna. Last week, former University of Miami president Donna Shalala officially added the term Florida Congresswoman to her extensive resume. Now she's ready to make an impact as a House representative of District 27. And UMTV's Tej Joshi sat down with her to get her reaction this week.
And we need to find some things we can work with them on. Infrastructure is probably one of them. We need to deal with our traffic problems here in Miami, and we have to deal with sea level rise. So I think that's one where we can find some compromise.
Compromise, a key word in Shalala's campaign. She is succeeding 30-year Republican Representative Ileana Ros-Lehtinen, who decided not to run again. Shalala has political experience as the U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services under President Clinton, and at age 77, she is the second oldest first-time representative in history. Veterans Day is a day for Americans to commemorate the thousands of soldiers who have risked their lives for our freedom.
And this week, one organization took the time to help those who spend every day serving us. UMTV reporter Luis Gonzalez joins us live in studio to tell us more. Luis?
Thanks, Isaiah. Usually many businesses across the country close and people stay home to celebrate Veterans Day. But one new store and organization honored veterans by taking action, as some students were busy giving back to soldiers.
These people really are, like, as sad as it is to say, a lot of times forgotten and kind of like pushed to the wayside.
Miami Veteran Philanthropy is one of the University of Miami's newest organizations with one simple goal.
Do it for the vets.
Founder Michael Qureshi saw a hole in the UM community and decided to fill it with support for veterans.
So then I didn't really see, any campus that was specifically geared towards like helping those veterans out. So I thought, like, why not just start it?
He came to me with the idea, and I thought it had a lot of, I thought it had a lot of potential. I think people want to do service on campus, but don't necessarily know how or feel comfortable.
On Monday, MVP held in their boots at the Rock. Visitors had the opportunity to try on some gear that veterans used in combat.
Stylish.
While money from the raffle, t-shirt, and food sales went to the Wounded Warrior Project and the Veterans Affairs Hospital, where the club volunteers every other Saturday.
So they get bored, they want to talk to somebody. So, when we go there, we play dominoes with them, we play trivia with them, we help them out, and they have a garden out back that we help out with. So it's really positive.
At the VA hospital, the group has made their largest strides transforming a therapeutic garden in the community living center.
The veterans use it for recreational therapy, so they can go in, take care of plants, so do something, a leisurely activity outside. And they enjoy it. You see them later, and they're in there, whether they have like a little cactus that they're growing for themselves that they can put inside their room, something that they own, that they have control over, that they enjoy doing. So, and they're very grateful for us for being there.
By being at the garden and VA, members hope that they plant plentiful seeds in the lives of the veterans.
Although it can be intimidating at times, and you don't know a lot of times how a veteran's going to react to you. If you want to have fun and they want to have fun, then it's going to be a good time. You don't have to worry about it.
Sexual assault has been a major topic in the news and on campus for the last several months. UMTV reporter Francesca Ciuffo met with the UM Police Department to find out what they are doing to address this issue and other crimes on campus.
Defensive stance.
Stay back!
Groin strike.
No!
Abigail Diaz is a student who attended one of the 5 University of Miami free self-defense classes last week at Eaton Residential College.
I came here tonight because I personally go running out on campus at night, and I knew that I needed to take a class that would help me just in case something bad ever happened while I was running.
The University of Miami Police Department organized this class to show students real-life crime prevention techniques and provide brochures with action plans.
It's a free class. You can come to. It's just 2 hours of your time. We try to give as many classes as we can to try to make sure a lot of people can attend. So you're just limiting yourself if you're not coming to it. Come to it. And if it's not this one, take something else that can help you with self-defense or just teaches you how to make sure to be aware of your surroundings.
I think it's an important class to come to, because it gives you a plan of action that you can come and you learn some self-defense. It's a basic self-defense class. It's only 2 hours. Doesn't take a lot of your time, and at least you have some knowledge of self-defense.
According to the UMPD report, the most common reported crime on campus is theft. In 2017, there were 14 thefts, which is down from 2016, where there were 16, and 2015, where there were 35. UMPD is working hard to make crime decrease even more this year.
I think I will definitely go running a little more secure now that I've taken this class.
I think it's important because I think every woman should be aware of how to be prepared for a situation like this.
The last self-defense class hosted by UMPD takes place Wednesday, November 28th.
Definitely necessary in Miami. That was UMTV's Francesca Ciuffo reporting. Meanwhile, students from Rwanda, small African country, with a war-filled past, visited the University of Miami to shed light on the issue of violence and genocide. Students participated in an event called I Debate to demonstrate the importance of international relations and being connected to others from all around the world.
We try to engage with people and try to understand each other. That's when true peace is achieved, or that's when mass violence is prevented.
Rwanda faced a major civil war 24 years ago. More than 1 million people died during the genocide committed by the Hutu government. Rwanda's team won the debate at UM, and the team is now headed to Washington, D.C. to compete with George Washington University.
As students prepare to return home for Thanksgiving break, some who live on the West Coast may not have much to return to. At least 59 people are dead as wildfires continue to rage across northern and southern California. More than 50,000 people have been forced to evacuate.
Woof. It was just like somebody turned all the gas burners on in the entire field, and it just went up like nothing. It was poof.
Fires broke out last week in Los Angeles and north of Sacramento. Firefighters have contained more than 50% of the fire in Los Angeles, but still thousands of homes and buildings have been ravaged by the flames. It's so sad when you look at the pictures of Malibu, and I'm so thankful for those firefighters.
I know wildfires have been such an issue in California, but I mean, to see the death toll raise over 40 is honestly, it's unbelievable.
Deadliest one in history.
Yeah.
Deadliest one in California history, that's right. There's two fires currently going on in California. We got the Camp Fire, unironically called the Camp Fire because of where it started. 140,000 acres, it's about 40% contained. That's the one that killed 59 people. And then down near Los Angeles, we have the Woolsey Fire, 98,000 acres, 57% contained. Now, when we want to put out a fire, what we want is a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, and we want winds from the west to bring that moisture from the ocean over land. Now, running the model out a week into the future, we can see that really the situation isn't going to change up until around Thursday. That's Thanksgiving Day, when maybe we have this low pressure system right here bring in some atmospheric moisture into the equation. But until then, we're going to have to keep watching this fire. It's absolutely heartbreaking, the pictures coming out of there. What we're tracking currently after the break, a winter storm in the northeast is bringing some snow to the northeast, first of the year actually. When's that cool down going to arrive? It's been pretty hot and humid the past few days, and we in Miami want that cool air. And then your Thanksgiving travel outlook, a lot of us at university have been traveling and will be traveling this holiday season, so we'll talk about that. Guys?
Sean, that turkey is amazing.
Yeah, no, that's the best thing we've had on weather for a long time.
That got me so excited for the holidays. I love it.
Peeking out from the corner, that's great.
Amazing. Oh my God. And coming up after a short break. Thousands of people gathered in Miami recently carrying colorful flowers to raise awareness for one tough disease. We'll have details in just a minute.
Left these two phones unattended in the wellness center and set up hidden cameras to see what would happen. It only took 13 seconds. If only it were this easy to spot a thief. Remember to lock before you lift. We left this bag unattended in the dining hall and set up hidden cameras to see what would happen. It only took 14 seconds. If only it were this easy to spot a thief. Remember, keep it with you. Keep it safe.
Alzheimer's disease is debilitating, not just for those that suffer from it, but for the family and the caretakers as well.
This month, thousands of people gathered in Miami to raise money and support programs that help Alzheimer's patients. Our reporter Sagar Sharma joined the event.
Emilio Hospitalis is a neuroscience major and pre-med student at the University of Miami. On November 3rd, he participated in the 2018 annual Walk to End Alzheimer's, put on by the Alzheimer's Association in Museum Park.
We're just trying to bring awareness to ageism, the process of biological degradation of the elderly population.
One subset of ageism is Alzheimer's, a type of dementia that causes issues with memory, thinking, and behavior. Almost 2,600 participants gathered to walk in support of research for the disease this year. Some special guests also made an appearance. One of those guests was DJ Laz. For the DJ, the pain is all too personal. His mother has Alzheimer's.
It is a debilitating disease that is awful for everybody, not just the person going through it, but the family members as well.
Let's find a cure so nobody else has to go through this, okay?
Even though this disease affects both the sufferer and their family, the atmosphere of the walk was optimistic. And for Lynette Marrero, MC of this year's walk, that is exactly the attitude organizers want from walkers.
Today is a day of hope. Today you will see a lot of people smiling and a lot of tears, but it's because we are hopeful. We are hopeful that we know that one day we will end this disease.
I'm here at the start and finish line for the Walk to End Alzheimer's. The route is 2 miles, and as you can see behind me, walkers are carrying these flowers. Each flower has a different meaning.
A person carrying a blue flower means they have Alzheimer's. A yellow flower indicates a caretaker of someone with the disease. Purple flowers represent those who have lost someone to Alzheimer's or dementia, and orange flowers indicate a general support for the cause of the Alzheimer's Association, which is a vision of a world without Alzheimer's. And for Emilio, walking has given him the urge to be a part of finding a cure.
Science keeps on progressing. There are probably going to be more procedures or more therapies that are surgery related, that involved implantations in the brain or other things of the sort, and that's how I'd want to impact Alzheimer's and try to help fix the problem.
For UMTV, reporting from Museum Park in Miami, I'm Sagar Sharma.
From one kind of walk to another, snow caused heavy traffic in New York City, forcing people out of their cars on the George Washington Bridge earlier today. The snow also having a big impact on air travel, as many UM students are heading home for break. So, Sean, I'm one of those students. I'll be flying home to Connecticut tomorrow night. How is it looking for me?
Not looking too good, Portia. I do have to say that this is the first winter storm of the season. Keep in mind, we're a month away from meteorological winter. There's dropping up to 6 to 8 inches through portions from Pennsylvania to Boston that could be expected. This is a pretty significant storm, and that will cause some flight delays. We'll talk about that in a second. But right now, just outside the studio, 76 degrees. Those winds out of the north-northwest at 12 miles per hour, relatively strong, are bringing some cooler air from the north. We did have a cold front move through today, so let's talk about that. Here's that cold front associated with this line of showers that moved through earlier today, just off the ocean now. And then here's this upper cirrus deck that's associated with the back end of this cold front. And there's some northerly winds coming from the north end of the state that are bringing that cold air. So let's take a look at that. 76 degrees right now in Miami, but look what's coming our way. 64 degrees in Orlando and 41 degrees in Tallahassee. And that's not even the worst of it. East coast of the country, they're sitting in the 30s. That is that winter storm that we just talked about. Now, when we're talking about flight delays, see this little area of purple right here? That's freezing rain. And if you're a plane, you don't like freezing rain. We're sitting at almost 150 minutes, 2 hours of the average delay in New York City. So if you're traveling to the Northeast, you might want to consider that you might run into some trouble. Now, looking into the future, tomorrow morning on your commute, 65 degrees. That's going to be beautiful. Then as through Friday afternoon, as this winter storm moves out, it's going to leave some beautiful conditions around the rest of the country. So it's going to be absolutely wonderful. 78 on Saturday. That brings us to your 7-day forecast. There's that cold front that moves through. By Saturday, 79 degrees at your highs, and it's still going to be able to dip down to 68. And then by Monday, it's going to get a little more humid as we go through. There might be another weak cold front that moves through, but it's going to bring with it more moisture, actually. And it's going to fuel some moisture into Thursday. That's your Thanksgiving. Turkey's going to tell us a little bit about it. A lot of us are traveling this holiday season, so the turkey is going to give us our Thanksgiving forecast. Over here in LA, we're 68 degrees, partly cloudy, and some nice conditions. Denver, 54 and sunny. I like that. Dallas, 60, chance of showers. See this little area of showers over here? This may extend into Dallas and over into Miami, where our turkey is Thanksgiving. He looks pretty fat. He had a good Thanksgiving dinner. Chicago, that's where I'm going for break. 46 and sunny. I'm going to love that. And then New York, we're sitting in at 41 and mostly sunny. That's it for Thanksgiving, guys.
Thanks, Sean. You know, that turkey is taking over the show. I love that so much.
I know.
Both the turkey and I, we don't like snow. That's what we're saying.
It distracted me for 1 second about the 30-degree weather that I'll be going home to. So we love that.
Hopefully you'll be able to make it on time.
Oh my gosh. Hopefully, yeah.
And when we come back, ahead of the game, a hit to the head can result in severe trauma for athletes. How technology is helping in the battle against concussions. That and sports up next on NewsVision.
We taught him how to hit a baseball, how to hit a receiver, the strike zone, the net. You taught him how to hit the upper corner. You even taught him how to hit the open man. But how much time have you spent teaching him what not to hit?
Hi, may I please have an application?
Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Thanks for staying with us. I'm sports anchor Grace Smith. The Hurricanes continued their losing streak after falling to Georgia Tech last weekend in Atlanta. Even though the Canes now sit second to last in the Coastal, not all is lost. Young quarterback N'Kosi Perry had the best performance of his career Saturday. Perry went 14 for 23 for 165 yards passing and no interceptions, completing about 60% of his passes. Perry gave Miami a fast start by completing a 27-yard pass to Jeff Thomas on the first snap. The drive ended with DJ Dallas completing a 1-yard run for the first score of the game. GT then put 17 points on the board before the Canes could answer with a 22-yard run from freshman running back Cameron Davis. The next time Miami scored was in the fourth, bringing the score to 21-27, but the Yellow Jackets were able to run down the clock and keep their lead, giving GT the victory. Now, with 2 conference games left on the schedule, the Canes are looking to end the season on a positive note. Head coach Mark Richt sees a growing maturity in his young quarterback and is looking to capitalize on Perry's growth against Virginia Tech this weekend.
I like when I was communicating with him in between plays. He could recall what's happening. He could tell you what he did and why he did it and what he saw. And he was on top of it.
The Canes will play ACC rivals at Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, Virginia this Saturday at 3:30 as both teams look to come out with a long-awaited win. Now, researchers at the University of Miami are working towards new technology that will change the game for concussion detection. And some South Florida high schools are working to prevent concussions before they happen. UMTV reporter Madison Brown has a story.
This football practice is different from a game for one main reason. The players don't tackle during practice. Head coach of the American Heritage High School football team and former NFL player Pat Surtain says the tackle-free method is called thudding.
I know a lot of concussions are caused from helmet to helmet, but also a lot of concussions are caused from the head hitting the turf. So we try to keep guys up, use our shoulder pads, eyes up. I figure that's the best way to practice and it keeps guys healthy throughout the season.
Coach Surtain and the head athletic trainer Frank Milan take safety seriously. If they suspect a player might have a concussion, they pull them out of play for a SCAT-5 test. SCAT-5 stands for Sports Concussion Assessment Tool.
Can you process new information by creating new memory or remembering things like what are the months of the year prior to, and then some things are observed. Does the athlete appear to be off balance, or do they seem to be slurring their speech?
After using SCAT-5 to determine if the player may have a concussion, the trainer performs the impact test post-injury.
It's a computerized assessment test. It's been around for years. It's been developed as kind of the gold standard for more definitive assessment of the concussion.
Each player undergoes a pre-injury test at the beginning of the season, and then a comparison is made to determine what changes occurred from the injury. The player is then referred to a medical professional for formal assessment and testing procedures. The impact test has some limitations because of its reliance on an accurate preseason baseline test. Dr. Jillian Hotz from the University of Miami Sports Medicine Institute heads a clinic for all trainers at Miami-Dade Public Schools to refer their injured athletes. Jim Buskirk, a physical therapist and exercise physiologist, works with Dr. Hotz and has been studying concussions and working towards a better way to identify them for more than 30 years. Dr. Buskirk and other researchers are hoping that these goggles will be the new standard in concussion assessment.
We've found that eye tracking technology is something that can give you very, very sensitive and specific results without false positives or false negatives of about 95%. And that's really, really good. In medical, I'll take that all day long.
The eye-tracking goggles could change the game for concussion detection and keep athletes safe.
Reporting for UMTV, I'm Madison Brown.
I love football, but to make the game better, we have to make it safer.
I know, I love that they're actually, taking initiative to make it safer.
I'm kind of on the minority with this. I just don't feel like as long as football is a contact sport, I don't really feel like you can really avoid it that much. But
Okay.
not trying to be a Debbie Downer, I'm just saying
that was a
that's
little
how
negative.
the sport is, unfortunately.
And still ahead after a short break. This dog is cute enough to eat. His name is Sushi, and he's already built quite the reputation. We'll meet him in just a minute. Don't go away.
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
You're doing great. We're gonna try this again, okay?
Okay.
Wheels, pedals, handlebar, brakes. Sit up straight, keep your weight in the center, keep your eyes on the road, hands on the grips, butt in the seat. If we feel ourselves falling, what do?
Just keep
pedaling.
pedaling.
Good girl. Now remember, it's all about balance and steering. Steer with your hands, steer with your body. Steer into the corners and you stay out of trouble. And the bell's your buddy, so go ahead and ding that. All right, you ready? Here we go. Pedal, honey, pedal. There you go, you're a bike rider.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain.
And finally, you might have seen him around campus. He is a service dog named Sushi. You heard that right. And his fame spreads far beyond the University of Miami. UMTV reporter Courtney Edelman caught up with this special canine and his owner.
You pose. Hey, smile.
Sushi may be the most photogenic dog you've ever seen. With over 2,000 followers on Instagram, this mini Merle sheepdoodle is famous around the University of Miami.
People who I don't even know will come up to me and be like, is that Sushi from Instagram?
You may also recognize him from Drake's music video, God's Plan. But Sushi is more than just a pretty face. He is one of the few service dogs at the University of Miami. Sushi's owner, Chloe Glenn, suffers from a rare muscle condition, and Sushi is always with her to make sure she's okay.
I can't metabolize lactic acid, so my body will collapse when I do too much exercise or even just walk an extra block. So ever since I got Sushi, he's increased my knowing time of when my body's gonna do that.
I am grateful that Chloe has Sushi at school. We live far away, and I know that he does take really good care of her.
Sushi has been in training to help Chloe since he was 8 weeks old. But when the trainer noticed something special in Sushi, they suggested he take his training to the next level.
I take him there for movie training, for circus training, and he is so funny. He just loves the attention, that he just loves to learn every new trick.
And Sushi makes an impression on everyone he meets.
I got an Instagram message from someone, and she said, my boss met your dog at Fort Lauderdale Airport, and we have his photo blown up in our office, and it makes us smile every day.
Chloe takes Sushi from class to class at the University of Miami, and one professor says he brings joy to the class.
A peaceful being that I think brings a lot of joy, and most everybody's very, very happy.
You can follow Sushi on Instagram at Dog Named Sushi, or look out for him in the next big movie. For UMTV, I'm Courtney Adelman.
Sushi, you gotta love it. That's awesome.
Amazing.
And we all here actually wanted to congratulate Portia. I know that you just got a job in El Paso, Texas, and we are so proud of you. I know you're going to do some awesome things over there.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm so sad. I don't want to leave.
She didn't know we were going to do this, so she's thoroughly surprised.
Oh, thank you so much, guys.
Well, that's all we have for this edition of NewsVision. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
NewsVision is off next week for Thanksgiving, but we'll be back with our last episode of the semester on November 29th.
Until then, have a safe and relaxing Thanksgiving break. Good night.